Hey, welcome back. So it's now time to create this get order details function. So let me copy that. Maybe it already exists. Just to confirm, if I go to models and the order class right here, what functions exist here? Because it's very possible to repeat yourself sometimes. So I have get all orders. I have get orders by user ID, and that's about it. So what I will do here is duplicate this one right here. Okay, and then I'm going to paste get order details, and there should be an ID there. My shift key doesn't seem to be working well. All right, so get order details with an ID. So instead of orders here, I'm going to change that. It's going to be order details, where order ID. So let me just confirm with my thingy here in my database. It's called order ID. Okay, that's correct. So where order ID is equal to that given ID over there. So I'm just going to add a prepared statement there. Okay, so order by ID descending, that's okay. We don't need to limit this. Let's leave it at that so we can get all the required detail. And then here we have data. So here we had actually data which we don't need. So on this other one, so I'm going to remove that because we don't even have that. And then here get order details ID. Okay, so we do have an ID that is required, so let's put that in here. I'm going to say data ID is equal to add slashes ID, like that. Okay, so then we can add it there. Select all from order details where order ID. Okay, so then orders. So instead of orders, let's say details, just so it's more descriptive. So details, return details. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So now what I want to do is to show this data that has come back. So let me go to my profile.php, not the controller. Okay, maybe the controller here. So at this point, I want to display what is inside orders so that you can see what just happened here. So let me go back here for a second and refresh the page. Okay, so we have a few errors, which is pretty good. That way we get to solve something. So cannot use object of type class as array. So where is this? Not inside app. No. So it's profile.php on line 22 in the controllers. So the controller on line 22, which is here. Okay, so orders key. Wait a minute. Oh, so that thing is an object there. So yeah, so right here, that's where we have to put an arrow instead. Okay, so my bad. Let me refresh this again. Now you see what I was aiming for here. Okay, so let me close this console for a second so you can see clearly. So you see this is one order here. So this one is an order, right? But then what I did was I added a details array here, which contains all the order details here up to there. So this person ordered 3 items, 1, 2, and 3. And then the same thing for the second one. And then we have the details over there. So this way it's easy to figure out how to display this data. So let me remove that. So we leave everything else as it is, and then we go to our profile viewer, and then now we can loop through the detail column here. So the same way we did this here. Let me come back here for a second. I need that if statement right there, and I'm going to put it over here. Bam. And then I'll need the closing one as well, and the else statement as well. So paste right there. Let me move these as intended. So instead of this user doesn't have orders, we can just say no order details were found. Okay. Now we're going to check if it's an array, if is array orders details, like that. So we also need to check if it is set at all. So I'm going to say if is set, because who knows, something might happen that will make it not set, even though this would definitely be rare, but who knows, let's just put it there. So we'll say if is set order details and is array order details, then we are good to go. We are in this territory there. Actually, I went too far with this. Okay, there we go. So if it is set, then let's do a for each loop. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it here. So for each, and then let me copy my end for each right there, like so. Oops, what have I done? Okay, so now in here we can do what we want to do. So first of all, we are looping through these items. Instead of order, it's order details there. Let me add that there as detail. So I'm just going to say detail like that. Okay. So what do I do here? I add a table. So just like there is a table there, I want to add a table here. So I'm going to say table like that. And then of course I will put a class of table. And then what do? I want the table table head, table row, and then table head like that. Okay, so here we go. Now what details do I need to add here? So I will go to my table and look at that, order details. So the first thing I need to show is the order number, I guess. Order number. And then let me duplicate that a couple of times. So order number, quantity, description, amount, total, the usual. So let's come back here for a second. Quantity, description, quantity, description, amount, and then let's duplicate that again, then total. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now let me come back here for a second and see if we haven't made any problems. So let me zoom out. All right, so if I click on this one, I don't get anything. So it's saying no order details were found. Wait a minute. For this order. So it's telling me that none were found. Why is this? So it means the else statement here is in effect, which means this didn't go through. Okay, so why is that? Well, for a simple reason, we're supposed to use order, not orders. So let me move that a little bit, like so. So instead of orders, we're supposed to use order, because that's the thing we have here in the loop. So that one too. Where else? I think that's about it. So let's come back and refresh. Click on that. Okay, so now at least we have that. Looky there. And the problem is we of course we are having what's this, a loop here. We're not supposed to loop this whole thing. The table should be just one item, so sorry about that, that's my bad. I'm going to put this one here, that way it will show regardless. I think it's okay. You can put these where you want, maybe inside the if statement, so that the table only shows if there are actual details there. That's entirely up to you, but I think it's okay for me here. And what else? The table head there should only be one of these, so I think I can show that one as well, even though there are no details whatsoever. I think it's okay, so I'll move that in there like so, and then push everything inward like that. So let's come back here, refresh, click. Okay, that's looking much better. But it's not saying we don't have details, so it means we do have details, so that's good. And all I need to do now is copy that, put it in here like so, and just change a few things. So table head will change to table body, T body. And then what else do we change? TH will change to table data, which is TD. Wait a minute, I went too far now. So let me redo that. By the way, I'm pressing Ctrl D here on Sublime Text, in case you're using Sublime Text as well, to select multiple. Then I'll just remove the D, the H, and replace with a D. And then here, instead of order number, I will have to use detail here. Copy that and put it here. Now I'm going to echo it using the shortcut echo like that. So it's going to be detail, detail what? ID, for example. That's one of the things there. Copy, quantity, like that. And then description, of course. Oops, description. And then amount total. Total and amount. Okay, so good. That looks great. Refresh, click, and there we go. So you see the details for this one, this order right here, well displayed, and then the same thing here on this other one, same thing here. So depending where you click, close, click, close. So those are the details right there.